Okay, guys, Papa Sam here, and today we're going to be interviewing a legend, Pika Eli, one of the best Sheila mains I've seen by far in my years playing Q Clash. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Pika, are you here?
Yes, I'm alive.
Okay. So, the first question I have is, do you what is your tips for what is your tips for shooting? What's your tips for shooting?
For aim.
Like for aiming?
Um, so, contrary to what I do in videos, I actually would learn to steady out your aim first. If you wanna get better at aiming, try to get really consistent aim. Try to find a sensitivity that you like. And one of my biggest tips is don't switch sensitivity a lot. I know a lot of people who they always try to find that perfect sensitivity and they keep switching and they never get good because they never find a consistent sensitivity. Try to find a sensitivity that you feel decently comfortable with, play on it, and yeah,
Okay.
stick to it. Don't sensitivities much.
And I know a lot of people wonder why you're so aggressive. Because I know a lot of people wonder why you're so aggressive, especially when you're at the lowest of health. Like, what do you think when you're at like 20, 40, 50 health? Like, what's going through your head?
To be honest, as a Sheila, as long as I don't get one-shotted, I'm fine. That's how I think of it. And because of my speed, against Reapers, that's where my the worst things to verse for me are good Reapers and Deckers because they are really hard to get close to, and once you take one hit, that is a lot of your HP gone.
And
So
what
as a
is
Sheila, know your matchups.
yeah? And what is your
And
biggest fear as a Sheila? Like, what is your biggest fear?
biggest feat. Ooh, a Reaper up close is good because same thing with a Decker. Well, Decker is a little bit more deadly up close because he has obviously his right mouse button
Mm-hmm.
and that, but definitely a Cyborg. Playing with Cyborg, here's the thing about Sheila: they are both direct counters, but in specific scenarios. When a Cyborg has to focus on other people and not the Sheila completely destroys the Cyborg because of the high damage with the shotguns. But in general, 1v1s between a Sheila and Cyborg do not end good. Those rockets destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a Cyborg.
Now I know I was gonna make a video on this anyway, but what are your tips to counter like most clashers that Sheila would find as a danger?
Um, well, in general, just playing smart. I know that Sheila isn't widely considered the most brain requiring clasher, but um, knowing your matchups, knowing when to take them and how to take them. For example, with cyborgs, knowing when you can kill that cyborg and when you can't. Same thing with knights.
So
Knight
like
combos, electro ball, and one swing, you're literally dead. So know your
yeah,
matchups.
yeah, specifically like just wait before, obviously wait after you see a cyborg use all his missiles, like so and so. Okay, and
Yeah. Also, make sure he's not focused on you. In general, as a Sheila, you don't want to take damage. So, for example, if you're versing a knight, you don't want that knight to be focused on you because electro ball combo me.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that. I'm left at 36 HP, and with a hop after, you're really fragile. You're extremely squishy, so you have to do your best to not take damage. And the best way to do that is to do damage when not being focused. Also, be conservative of your rolls. This also applies to Cyborg with rockets, but people don't really. People think that your rolls. Well, rolls do recharge pretty fast. Sometimes there will be moments where you don't have a roll, and all you can do is just jump around. And yeah, you don't want that to happen.
And I know another question people do tend to ask is like, what are the situations you tend to ult in? Because I know I see you. I know like you got all your videos and all that like where you ult when people are
Yeah,
gathered up. Like, do you think it's okay to solo ult as a Sheila?
absolutely. I feel that Sheila is one of the most solo ultable characters, or one of the characters that has actually the most ult viability. It's ulting isn't with Sheila. I don't think of it as how many people are there. I think of it as who is there. So instead of just every time there, obviously sometimes if there are like 4 people, and it's pubs, and you're just trying to get clips, it's fine. But in general, you want to ult on cyborgs, knights, and Zads. All DPS is obviously important, but in general, Zad, Cyborg, and Knight are the 3 most important clashers currently,
And I have one more question.
in my opinion.
If you wanted Golly to add anything into the game, like weapon wise, but only one thing, weapon wise, skin wise, map wise, that contributes to Sheila, what would you want Golly to add in the game that contributes to Sheila or helps her or makes her better?
Um, I think that I know this might be coming out soon, but the shotguns are kind of weird right now. I don't know how to describe it, but they're weird sometimes. And also, this is another big one, parrot bombs. This is a huge one. Parrot bombs are very inconsistent for me. I don't know why parrot bombs just don't hit sometimes, but sometimes you parrot bomb on like 5 people and it just doesn't hit. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the ground sometimes. I don't know why, how it happens, but wasting a parrot bomb when there are like 6 people there and it doing damage to absolutely nobody is pretty bad. So yeah, parrot bombs being fixed would be pretty cool.
Well, thank you for your time. That is all for now. And to those of you out there, there are your tips to be a pro Sheila main. And I'm sure if you need any more, he'll be posting on his channel for that. So I'll just leave a link in the description on his video for that, and also a link in the description for his channel. But until then, guys, keep clashing.
See ya.